Hey, that's Draco continuing my playthrough of Jurassic World Evolution. Now, I haven't really done too much since last episode. Between episodes I did a few, like, there was periods where I was literally just sitting around waiting for stuff to happen because I had to, like, I pretty much was trying to get contracts done so I could get these. The medium power station. Just because if I was going to try to do all the main missions, like I've got all 3 of them unlocked now, but if I was going to try to do any of them, I'd be constantly trying to fight for power, so I'd have to be constantly turning modules off. Like the stuff that I have, I'd have to be figuring out just ways to manage power. But now I have 4 of these set up, so as you'll see by this, I have 200 available power, which for the most part, that would show you that that's plenty of power, that I can play a lot around with that. So, we don't have to worry about power now. To help with that, I kind of increased the population. I put this here because I have full money. These were mainly because I got one of those missions. There are certain contracts which, like you'll say, get to like reach 30,000 profit per min, but you'll notice that those have an increase on 2 different departments. So like if I go, say I'll go Doctor.
This new contract was made for a person of your talents.
Okay, so yeah, like you can see this one says maintain that guest number for 2 minutes, and you can see like the up and downs. She gave me one earlier that was up for science and up for entertainment, but nothing for down. So it wasn't going to decrease any departments, and it was going to give me a bit of a boost. So that's why I did the hotels and that. I put the hotels over here, and I put the science center here for a bit more money. Not that I kind of need it. But, yeah, we've also got 3 lovely Triceratops in here. So we got that's 1, 2, and 3. They look a bit weird. It's because these are 3 of the Jurassic Park, like the Return to Jurassic Park skins that I unlocked. I'm not too fussed on those 3 particular ones out of the set because they kind of look like they're infected with something, but still, they're dinosaurs, so I love them greatly. Now, I'll grab these. While I've been waiting, I did unlock an Iguanodon, so I've been researching for it. But yeah, the other thing I did put up is this area, which even if these 3 don't get traction, this is more to help with the arrival points care factor. So like, as you'll notice, it is affected by all of these, like all the different things. So it keeps it happy, and I also already plan to put a monorail here, so it fixes it all up. Now, when you put the monorail, you want to make sure that, especially around here, you want to make sure you put it not too close to the edge because you want it to go both ways. Because this path is going to go down here and deal with all the stuff over here, whereas, as you can see, this path is actually going to go up here because there's going to be an attraction around here. But before with that, I'm not going to put anything in there just yet because I am about to do one of my missions. First off though, I am going to build said area for my mission. So enclosure, Hammond Recreation Lab. So like this is this particular area, I'll be putting a pen here, and eventually I will put like an actual proper exhibit there. But for now, that's less going to be an exhibit, more going to be where we're going to do all the main missions. Because as I said, there are some of them that you want to separate, so that way they're easier to contain and it doesn't affect you much. But 2 things I want to do just before that is, first I want to show you this. I think on one of the other episodes I show you how to make the water darker by putting the rock thing in the water. But another thing you can do is, places like this that you want to make look a little bit nicer, I'll first get rid of that little bit of grassland over here. But one thing you can do, just for a little bit of a slight but nice effect, is this. Just to give it like that kind of mountainside look to it. I find in a lot of cases this can help turn just a weird hill into something really nice. Because it doesn't really have to be anything just on the edge, it can literally just be, well, on a hill. So you're able to play around with that. Just fix that up. There we go. So like, that's what, I did something like that over here to give that a bit more of a look. Just something that you can easily just play around with a bit. I haven't done it in places like here because I don't think I need to. But anyway, one thing I want to do is over here. Now, in case some people were a bit like didn't like the way I was doing the viewing thing on here, I have got an alternative solution. Oh, wrong one. There we go. No, connect. There we go. And place. Yeah, I haven't got any power. Shut up. There we go. And that still gives me the ability to put shops and stuff there if they start complaining. And then I'll do the same thing over here. Yep, so I tweaked the I tweaked it a little bit, and now if I put this over here, and then I put power to the two things that are starting to complain about not having power. Now if you're that symbol at the top that's like complaining about something, oh we got someone. This is actually perfect timing. This gives me the ability to show you another trick I've been learning. When storm hits, especially on this island, and you have a carnival like the raptors, before the Doctor Who thing, trank them. Like right now, I'm gonna send my helicopter to go and trank all 4 raptors, but that's only because the raptors go down pretty fast. Like they as you can see by the red bar, they have an extremely low comfort threshold, so it makes it easy for them to get uncomfortable. So I'm sending the helicopter now to go trank them, so that way, even if they break out, there's no chance that they'll do much before all 4 of them are tranked. The herbivores usually are fine, and technically I should turn my bunkers on, I guess, so... I'll be putting more bunkers on at one point, I know that. Hold on. Yeah, I only just built these, that's why there's no actual proper protection for them. At task. While I'm waiting, I'll have this, like the cars. Alright, so going it on, and I'm not selling these because, excuse me, shit, just fuck off. I'm not selling these simply for the fact is that I want to make sure I have that, as I said, that emergency fund in case I have the need for money. That will probably be one of the Velociraptors, but again, won't be too much of trouble. Because look, I go over here, and see, all 3 of them are tranked except for that one, and it's not going to get far. So I'm going to get this ranger team. I'll have it come in and do these first, and then repair. Because I could technically do that, and I could technically leave the raptors tranked for a bit. So I'll wait till the car gets close enough, and then I will put the raptors back in. Because also, if I don't move the raptors, the car will complain about obstruction, even though it's not really being obstructed. Yeah, now I can do it. So I'll go you, over here, you, over here, you over here, you over
Collecting asset.
And then he should... Yeah, he's got that raptor out of the way. And as long as this guy doesn't take his sweet ass time, he should make it across there before any of the raptors are actually put down. Because all of them are in the air.
Asset being transported.
Now the reason why I kind of didn't have him repair the fence and move them first is simply for the fact is, as I said, raptors can destroy cars, and if I had sent him in there to repair the fence, it makes it easier. So that way he repairs does the feeders first, then repairs the fence. So that way he can just get, if he actually pays attention, he can get the hell out of there before the raptors get put on the ground and attack his ass. There you go. Now go back to base. And yeah, the raptors back to, like, as you can see, I think their comfort threshold ends at like 82 or something. You're going to take the fence, aren't you? Yep. So he's going to do that a few times. Probably like once or twice. Okay, just once, okay. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Fit up here, the little shit, is the one that is constantly attacking the fences. Like, so far when I was trying to get the things up, he was also the one that, broke out the first time. Like, he almost broke out over here, even though his comfort threshold was almost at max, and that's because he was still a little bit cranky after waking up. Oh, I might need to release the people. Alright, so now let's get back to what we were doing. Alright, so I don't technically need viewer systems, but it helps me get the measurements to the actual enclosure. There we go, that's at least a little better. Okay, now we're going to do this. We're first going to give give whatever we're putting in here some water. I'm not going to put any feeders yet until like I know exactly what which mission we're doing first, second, third. I'm probably going to do probably the science or the security one first, because at least then I know what I'm in for. Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. So now that we got the water, we should go... I don't have a Ceratosaurus, piss off. I'm trying to do something here. And now we're going to get landscape, go into the forest, and give ourselves some gorgeous trees. Some happy little trees. I need to remember in a moment to put a bloody gate down here before I act like a complete moron and not put one on, and then run into the problem of not being able to get into the damn enclosure. We'll probably put some here. Come on. Yeah, I'll do. And yeah, before we forget, just put a nice and dandy gate right there. Easiest way to get into it. Alright, and if there's too many trees, I can always remove some. If there's not enough trees, I can always add some. So, one final touch. Probably gonna get really sick of just watching me build enclosures at one point, so there's probably want some points where if I find people are getting bored with it, I'll just not include too much of the creation of these, but I always find it fascinating. Alright, now, I haven't given this anything, so of course, 2 success rates and a incubation, hatchery capacity, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so now we have everything, let's check our main missions. What's this? Oh, it's because I researched dinosaur, whatever. I've got nothing else to research, do I? No. Okay, we're good. Main mission time. So, ranger station, yeah, so you're the sick dinosaur one. You're the battle one. And you... Oh, but yeah, that gives me a second research team. So yeah, I'll go for the science one first.
I'm glad to see you overcame Dr. Malcolm's reservations. I don't know whether he is overly cautious or just looking for the chance to say I told you so. Maybe it's both. Regardless, I think that together we'll get this done.
I just have to wait for her to... There she is.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, we have a diseased animal coming to the park, and we need to get prepared for it. Let's get to work.
Did I hear this right? You're bringing a sick dinosaur to our facility? I'm gonna pray you know what you're doing, because I have no idea.
Oh, shit, didn't want that. No, you come back here. I need a contract from the good old doctor.
This challenge looks interesting.
I'll handle that at one point. I'm just gonna build some stuff while I'm waiting for that Diplodocus to show up. So... put a restaurant... here. A clothing shop... here. I still have a lot of power, don't I? Oh yeah, I've got bloody a lot of power. I'll deal with the fossils in a moment. Actually no, I'm waiting for them to get constructed. What am I talking about? Oh, that might be something I want to do. A tall herbivore feeder. Make sure the Diplo has that, otherwise he'll be cranky. Transport dinosaur. Right. Yeah, I know. Alright, so maximum. Now, do I have any? I have one selling onesies, one selling shirts, so you are going to definitely sell hats. At $8. Restaurant. We got Jurassic Gnome, Giganotus Steak, so you're going to definitely be Snackosaurus. Maximum people at $8. So let's see. Food, water, shopping, good for them. And toiletries is good. That means that literally when all the missions are finished, I can literally just put a monorail up to here, put the dinosaurs in there, and this enclosure is done.
Asset has been delivered. To cure this animal, we'll need to do research. Let's see if we can identify the extent of the problem and isolate it.
My understanding is that we have a diseased animal in the park, and you and Dr. Dewar are trying to find a cure. I don't approve. Then, no one asked me. However, I just remind you to keep that dinosaur away from the rest of our animals, in case whatever it has is contagious.
Alright, so... Did I not? Oh, well, this is one of those ones where the disease is locked until the mission comes on. So now I shall research that. And the moment that's done, I will be able to cure this Dino. Walk faster, please. I need to put this down. There we go.
Lambert here with a new
Maintain the
contract.
DASA rating of
I've spec'd it out, and I
3.0
think
for
it'll be
3
perfect.
minutes. Not right now. Now, technically, one thing I would do normally is I'd probably, just for something like this, and I'll especially be doing that on the third island, as you'll see, is for tricks like this, when you've got one section of the island where you're going to do all 3 of your main missions and you want it secluded, you can technically put a second ACU team and a second Ranger team up next to it that are temporary simply to do that mission. I haven't done that here because it's really not that necessary. I mean, the car's already halfway there, so it doesn't really matter. I would only do it on the third island because there's more of an urgency, because in one instance you have to have a extremely cranky, I believe it's the Deinonychus that's trying to break out constantly. That and a Velociraptor that you have to have below threshold comfort. Alright, so you should be cured in a few moments. And this is where I'm going to put, like, this particular mission has 2 sick dinosaurs, and this is where I'm going to put the other one. But I bought the feeder over there just because I'm going to move this the moment it's free. Yeah, so now, add task. Because what I'm going to do now is, the Metrocanthosaurus is going to be introduced, and that is pretty much a predator. What I'm going to do is I am going to use this enclosure for this one, and I'm going to move these, like this guy here, in with the Triceratops that you just saw I put the feed with. So that way it will be all fine and dandy. Because, like, I don't think the Metrocanthosaurus would try to attack the Diplo, but it is a main mission dinosaur, so you don't really want to risk it, because if either of them die, I believe you fail. But at the same time, you don't want, like, I don't know if it's possible, but there's always a chance that the sick Metrocanthosaurus could infect the Diplo here with what it has. And if after the mission it is cranky at me for some strange stupid reason, I'm literally just gonna sell it. Because I don't have, like, on this island, I will probably, like, on other islands I'll be having enclosure with long necks, but this one, it's not really necessary. We want the monorail. While we are waiting, we'll let this go down a bit further. Now, one trick to help when you're building the monorail, don't just go ham on where the monorail, like, trying to build the path in a straight. What you should do is every now and then, when you're, like, got a bit of a distance, break off and build a new station, and then go back to building track from the station itself. So that way you don't come into any, like, broken snapping points, or, like, as you for a second there you saw, like, how it's like it complained about the steep curve or something like that. Because this way it gives you full control of how you're going to put your monorail. And as you can see here, this is the reason why I put this little gap here, because the monorail can travel right through. Now, before I add another one there, I'm going to put this monorail here, yes. Move over here.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
And technically when I build something down there, I can have this sweep around here and be good. Makes it a whole lot easier. Because you don't... The thing when this very first came out, the mistake I kept making was the fact is I thought it had to connect connect like a loop, where wherever it, like, this eventually had to go all the way back around and connected to wherever this side ended, so that way both, like, there was no endpoint, it was like just a full-on loop thing. That is not the case that you need, because when you're...
I've just finished reviewing this.
Oh, actually, yeah, here. This is what I was talking about before, where you can see all three of these missions, or like in an upvote. That's what you want. Always accept those missions, because they are literally only benefits. There is no downsides to them. But yeah, like with the monorail, like I can have this go all the way over here, and it's like, as long as it ends in a station, it's good. The only other thing that matters though is that technically I don't need this path. What I can do is I can move this all the way over here, as I think I said in the other episode, have the monorail station here, and have it connect to like around this path, and this entire stretch of path I would be able to delete, because that counts as the start of a new path, and because it connects to somewhere else on the map that has a path, it just connects it. Alright, so... Oh, hold on. I need to give my dinosaur some food. There you go, buddy. The only reason why I didn't give him the goat is because there's... Oh. I don't even need to worry about that. The only reason why I didn't give him a goat and I gave him the meat instead is because when I was on the Return to Jurassic...
Contract is accomplished because of you.
Like the Return to Jurassic Park DLC that I had, for some reason I noticed that there was a lot of dinosaurs that, when they were sick or just sometimes they were just fussy, they would not eat the goats, and you'd have them getting cranky and starving. The only way to have a successful full-on run in the Jurassic Park DLC is at least every carnivore enclosure, when you have 2 feeders, have a goat feeder if you want, but make sure that you've got one of the advanced meat feeders down, otherwise you're just going to have a pain in the ass time. It's silly, but it's how it works. Now I should check the long neck, because I didn't check his comfort. Okay, you're complaining about grassland.
In raising these animals is to provide an environment for them to thrive.
Oh, shut up, Claire. See, that's another thing that I have, like, that's probably, I have a very small few bugs for this game. You're still complaining? Yes. But at the moment I really don't care. That's probably one of the few things I have an issue with this game, is the fact that, don't get me wrong, I appreciate some of the voiceovers that they do. However, sometimes they will come up at the stupidest of times. Like, there was a moment on, like, when I was playing the computer version for just free fun time, I released a Triceratops, and the enclosure itself was great. It had, when it was released, it said it had like stats that were perfect for what it needed. However, when it was being released, because it was not yet set to how that specific enclosure's like how the stats of the enclosure was at, because it wasn't set to that yet, so it was still set to that small incubator that it walks out of. It was like at 0, 0, 0 everything, and Claire comes up saying your environment's too small, but as she's finishing that sentence, Triceratops goes like fully content because it's grassland and forest well in the green, and I'm like, Claire, just shut the fuck up. Alright, so trank this boy, and then we want to trank Raya. Phew. In the meantime, I'm gonna guess that's the Metrocanthosaurus pissing off the... Yep, the car. Oh, you fucked the Jeep up. Yeah, you guys better get out of there, because if he hits you again, you're gonna get destroyed. Then again, I would just replace you anyway. That's the thing that most people don't need to realize, like, as well. I don't know how many people just focus on it or not, but apparently there's a flare system, and I've never tried it. But one thing that you can always do is, if a car is ever destroyed, it doesn't, like, especially when you've got, like, 18 million, it doesn't cost much to repair it, or, like, replace it. You can literally play, I think it's like 30 to 50,000 to replace a Jeep, and it's like, it usually costs that much to make them anyway.
En route to pick up the asset.
So you're literally just making a new Jeep and replacing the old one instead of trying whatever the flare system is. Like, I know that's probably like just like something to do with bad for human life. It's like treating humans as if they're not as worthy as the dinosaurs, but I don't care. To be honest, the AIs are just morons half the time. I know that's mean to say, but it's true. I've dealt with so many situations where the AI system in this game has done silly stuff. Hell, there's been a few times where they've gotten stuck on stupid shit. Like, they try to take an alley or something that they shouldn't have and end up killing, like, got themselves stuck for no reason. Alright, so while that's going on, let's do another main mission, shall we? Oh, we have enough time? I think we will. Incubate release at the park, at the creation lab. Yeah, I believe we'll have enough time. So wait, what did he want? He wanted a Velociraptor, Dilophosaurus, and Ankylosaurus. I don't have a way of having a separate enclosure for all of them yet. Oh, well actually, I do, but Dilophosaurus will be a pain in the ass. What are we at? We're at 42. I'll probably have to do both the other main missions in the next episode. Oh.
Asset requiring collection.
Cool. What are our Guanodons at? And one thing that will be happening either next episode or the episode after is we can get a fan or something from the Gen 1, the Compies, or the the Compsognathus, or Nathus, or sorry, like, there are some dinosaur names that I am just unable to pronounce, but yeah, like, the Compy is one that fans from even the first gen will know, especially because that's the thing that apparently... No. Apparently in the books, or I believe it was, I have not I have to get the novels again to read them. It's been years, but apparently it was the Compies that killed John Hammond, which I'm not sure of. I could be wrong, but like, that's what everyone tells me, and it's been too long since I've read the book, so I can't confirm. Because, like, people know that there's been great changes between the movies and books. If you don't know that by now, there's, like, massive spoilers, my friend. Like, most people don't realize that the, Dr. Henry Wu was not supposed to survive the first island. He actually died in the first movie. Well, he didn't die in the first movie, but he was supposed to. Because in reality, in the first book of Jurassic Park, he died via Velociraptor attack. Very violently, might I add. But then again, it is a Velociraptor, so that makes a lot of sense. Like, that's not out of the realm of, like, what would normally happen. So, so far we've got everything going pretty well so far. So we'll probably leave it there, my friends. But don't worry. I'm literally going straight into the next episode straight after this, so you won't miss anything. But yeah, I'll actually see if I can get a contract before we go. What do you get? Everything's a bit even, but by the looks of it, I've only got something for him to unlock.
There's a new security contract.
I'll be doing that anyway, probably, for the compies. So that's good. Yeah, so next episode we'll be doing both the entertainment and the security mission, which will be interesting for you guys because you actually get to see the Velociraptors and Velociraptor and Dilophosaurus fight. And you get to see there's a pretty interesting thing tied to this mission, which I will show as we go through it. I don't want to spoil it. The last thing I do want to show is this. If I go into here, you'll notice on the side there where, yeah, that's just saying that I don't have enough different dinosaurs. But you notice on the side there where it says the unlock thing. As you can see, when I got to 3 stars, I unlocked the ability to go to the next island, Isla Tucano. I did that just for a recording when I got the power stations because I was working towards that. If I get this island to 5 stars, which for this one I have a very good reason to, I'll get the second dig team, which will speed so much all my digging research up. But as you can see right at the top, there's an extra one. Secrets of Dr. Wu, Isla Murta East, which if I get this island to 4 stars, will unlock the first island section for Dr. Wu. Now that is that and the Bravo team are the 2 sole reasons why this island specifically is great to get to 4 to 5 stars. Because you want both of them. Having a second dig team is great because then you can literally go for fossils faster. So for Iguanodon, before that one was used up, I could go for that one and that one. So now I shall put one in compy just to get that contract well underway. But for now, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the video so far, my friends. Make sure to hit the bell notification icon down below to be notified by any of our shenanigans that we post every weekend. We just do quite a few craziness these days. Hopefully things get back on track eventually and then we actually can start doing those series that we put on pause again. But for now, my friends, leave a like, leave a subscribe, check out the videos, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.